Well, good afternoon, everybody. 92 degrees right about now. We managed to get up to the 96 level. Not too bad, but the clouds are beginning to build up as we're picking up this afternoon shower activity. I wish we could get down to 89, which would be an average temperature for this time of year, but it just doesn't look like it's in the cards. Let's take a look. Here is Victoria. You can see right about there. We've got a thunder shower to the north, and that's the one that I'm looking at that may get down into the city. So how much time between here and there? I'd say 30 minutes, maybe an hour at the most. Otherwise, activity along I-10 up to 59, all the way into the Houston area, Fort Bend County, right about there. And down south, there's one down there near Refugio and headed south. All of this activity is headed south because that's the way the upper winds are steering it. This is, of course, part of that little old frontal system that came through and sort of destabilized the atmosphere finally after all these months. The front is falling apart, so as we get closer to the weekend, may not be as prominent, but there's a bit of good news. I'm always looking for good news. All right. Here, what does it say here? Precipitation 8 to 14 days from now. Okay, that's beyond the 7-day forecast. And all of a sudden, we've got pretty much the central and northern part of the state under the possibility of getting some significant rainfall, and we're in it as well. This is probably a 40 to 50% chance of rain, and we're in the 30 to 40. So it's good. So what I'm saying is that under the maps that I look at, we see a big Pacific storm coming from the west and then parking itself over Texas with maybe a front. So let's just say that, okay, this is almost October. Next week, the second week of October could be feeling fresh around here finally. Today, again, that 96 for us, 94 San Antonio, 93 in Austin. That's cooler than they were yesterday because now they're getting the cloud cover and the scattered showers. We stay in the 90s at least through the weekend until we watch and wait to see when we get the next big storm. We go out to the Atlantic and you see Philippe. Now, Philippe is out in the middle of nowhere, but now, as of the new models, it's being pushed into the Caribbean islands. Now, it's a tropical storm right now, so it's not a huge problem, but it will be bringing some nasty weather to the upper Lesser Antilles and Puerto Rico, British Virgin Islands, and those areas. So they're going to have to be on the lookout for Philippe. Behind it, here's the second system. This is going to be called Rena. It's at 40 miles an hour right now, but it will be strengthening to hurricane strength pretty soon. And so that'll be following very close behind. So the active Atlantic is still there, even though for us, chances are very slim because the frontal systems are now pushing down and they'd be opposed against that. If you get a chance to go do a little fishing, we're looking at sunrise at 7:19 in the morning, sunset at about 7:15, so it's getting closer earlier and earlier, so that means less sun. So sooner or later, we're going to have to break that balance and say, oh, cooler weather. 76 tomorrow morning in Port Lavaca, getting up to about 90. I'm going to call it partly cloudy and 1 or 2 afternoon pop-up showers. Same thing inland, 72 in the morning in Cuero and getting up to about 95. We are looking for a little bit of a warming trend as we get to Sunday and Monday, but then hopefully next week we'll start seeing the temperatures. I don't know, we're going to take bets on when we finally get out of the 90s pretty soon. That's your 7-day forecast. Reminding everybody we do have a QR code. Love for you to scan that